Puffy is a rice-derived, fully biodegradable packaging cushion, which is a viable option for companies who are looking for a low-cost, ready-to-deploy, and sustainable cushion. Our team researched the properties of biodegradable materials and chose Rice Puff as the best candidate. It has passed many feasibility test criteria that we have set for real business application.
While reviewing the problems with current packaging, we were able to identify a few criteria. First is the environmental impact on making the packaging itself. Going through the whole process of sourcing the raw material, processing, and disposing, we were able to narrow down the potential candidates: mushroom, rice husk fiber, bioplastic, plastic, cardboard, bamboo fiber, recycled plastic, etc.
Second was to go through simulation for service design. We reviewed the cost of the raw material, location of raw material and logistics, ease for large-scale production, cost for processing, and safe cushioning of products.
Finally, we considered customer experience with how they would perceive packaging and provide many fun options for disposing. The recycling option was discarded because recycling relies on customer experience, pickup by recycling collection companies, and further processing to be reused. We wanted a truly biodegradable source that can go back to the environment quicker than most materials.
After careful review of all materials, we chose puffed rice as the main cushioning material. Rice grain is mainly composed of carbohydrates, mostly as a starch form. When pressure and heat is applied to rice, its starch structure is expanded to form a porous sponge-like structure. Any excess moisture is removed and starch is degraded to dextrin. Initially cooled starch structure is expanded to maximum volume by untangling the chain. Rice puff is hence a very light for its volume. A single rice puff can hold a fair amount of weight, and when in packaging form, neighboring rice puffs disperse the applied force.
Rice crop is grown worldwide and domestically in the US as well. Puffy is targeting to source low-quality rice or non-food grade rice with expired shelf life. After rice is collected, it will simply go through the rice puffing machine. These machines are easily obtainable as many companies sell the machines online. Puffed rice will be packaged in water-soluble and environment-friendly material to take form for Dell computer cushion. Simple as that, ready to ship.
When you open your package, you will see the first layer of puff structure. Once you remove that first layer, you will see your product surrounded by puff that prevents product damage during the process of delivery. The biodegradable puff can be thrown out in many different ways. The customer can dispose of it in their garden, use it as bird feed, or they can simply get rid of it by putting it in their compost bin. Our packaging helps customers understand what happened to the packaging, as the instructions on how to dispose the puff is concisely shown on the packaging. You can feed it to birds or other animals as heat removes any pathogen and it is palatable.
If you have a garden and want to convert to compost quickly, packets of microbes specific to dextrin can be added. Moisture will break down the coating and activate microbes for decomposition.
The size of the puff is customizable and adjustable to product size, and the process is very simple. We use a heat press tool to structure the puffs to different sizes. Our final model is created by using a molding technique with heat press, which makes the size and shape of the puff completely customizable depending on the product. Puff also considerably reduces the amount of waste created as it is reusable in case of mass production. The puff packages that are not used can be taken out of its paper bags and put into another mold to be used as packaging for another product. The packaging bag construction is very flexible.
Economically, Puffy is feasible as we expect the price of producing a unit of Puffy packaging to be under $1. Our company requires only basic technology to create Puffy at low prices. A unit of rice puff machine costs $2,000 to $3,000. Rice cost for a single package is less than $1 in the United States. In fact, the only materials that our company has to consistently purchase in large quantities are rice and starch-coated dissolvable paper, which are all inexpensive materials. After all, a big 1 kilogram bag of puffed rice costs $1 to $5 in retail price in Asian countries. Wholesale price would drop the cost, so it makes sense to produce Puffy at a fairly low cost. With Puffy, we aim to target specific businesses that will be identified by our company as prospective businesses that may take interest in our product. This greatly reduces our marketing cost, as there is no need for widespread advertising of Puffy to companies. Instead, we plan to send samples of Puffy to individual companies to gauge their interest and review of our Puffy, and if they are favorable, we'll license Puffy to those companies.
Puffy has many advantages over current and other sustainable packaging. When a company wants to use Puffy, we will be a consultant to build the facility at a low cost. Then our clients can use the future online platforms to source expired or non-food grade rice cheaply from numerous vendors. It is easy as that. No proprietary or intellectual property for the whole packaging industry can apply to usage in the industry itself.
Since the paper that carries the puff is water soluble, we wanted to make sure that the outer layer was secure and durable in the process of delivery. In case of exposure to extreme humidity or rain during the process of delivery, we decided to research materials to cover the paper with a layer of coating for increased protection. We looked for a material that is degradable and found the perfect one: rice starch. We tested our puffs both with coating and without coating to compare and contrast the two materials. We poured water onto the packages and concluded that the puff with coating was much more durable and strong. The packaging without coating broke down as soon as water touched the paper, but the packaging with coating lasted much longer, proving the effectiveness of the protection by the rice starch coating.
Although most customers participate in recycling, we see a lot of logistics and processing to make it reusable. Puffy's goal is simple: make packaging so customers can easily dispose as they want. It will greatly reduce packaging waste and distribute compost nearby. You can simply toss away and nature will take care of the rest. No burden on customers to recycle. We are researching for strains of bacterial and fungal species to go through aerobic and anaerobic decomposition safely.
Our team is composed of 4 members with various backgrounds but with one goal: make sustainable packaging that can be implemented in the real world. I'm Yongjin from Deerfield Academy.
I am Claire from the Lawrenceville School.
I am Jiu James Pegg from Episcopal High School.
I am Hanju from Harrow International School.
Thank you for listening. This was Team Puffy.